Alright, hello guys, it's Danny here once again, and I'm going to be giving you guys a lap guide on this week's Daily Race C, and we are in Fuji Gr2, an iconic combo in the dailies and also GTWS. So, we are in racing softs, and the car of choice that we chose is the Lexus 08, the Lexus GT500 2008 car. So, this is kind of like an anti-meta guide because the meta is the NSX for the time trial. This car is also okay in the race, but doesn't have great tire wear. So this car has a little bit better tire wear than the NSX, but not as fast as the NSX. So the Lexus is actually quite competitive, just like a few tenths slower than the NSX overall. So I'm going to give us a lap guide. We did a 29.9 with the Lexus. You can see. So running out the last corner, you want to go as wide as possible here, going as wide as possible, and then exiting, you want to exit in low gears with this car. But be very careful when applying the throttle, because this car will snap on the wheel easily if you just stomp on the throttle straight away on the corner exit. So you got to apply 80% throttle input just before the corner exit, let the car wobble a little bit. When the car's fully straightened up, then you fly it out of the corners. You see the slow corners. So for turn 1, you're pretty much braking in between the 150-100 meter board, just smack in between, but slightly closer to the 100 meter board over here. So I'm just braking. So I did go full brakes for most part, but then just as I'm turning into the apex, I'm slowly releasing off the brakes, coasting a little bit in the apex here in second gear. Then once I am exiting the apex, I'm slowly applying the throttle input. So I go from like 0% to 20% throttle input, and then you can see about 65% throttle input. And when the car is almost straightened up, I have enough revs to just fly it out of the hairpin at turn 1 and then let the acceleration do its work. You can see we do a 19.9 sector 1. So once you pass 100 meter board, when you're almost level with this orange, this small orange board on the right, small braking, turn the car a little bit, so down to third gear over here, accelerate in third gear, let it rev a bit, and then you upshift into fourth gear to let the car rotate more. If you hold third gear too much, you're going to lose a lot of time actually, because you're going to be taking sort of like a narrow line. You're going to carry less apex speed, so you upshift quickly to fourth gear to let the car rotate whilst carrying additional speed on turn 2. So for 100 as you can see, just as I pass that pathway, I'm just turning the car gently, small braking inputs, the third gear for rotation, and then I got the fourth gear again. Try and place the car like pretty much hugging the inside line of this of 100R towards the end. Just hug the inside, keep this thing to a minimum. Then for this corner, once you're neck and neck with this orange signboard, this orange board over here again, downshift the first gear for acceleration, and then out the second gear. This is where throttle control is very crucial. You want to apply like about 80% throttle over here. Just apply 80% throttle, and once you bring the steering back almost towards the center, then you floor it. If you pretty much get like a little excessive wheel spin like I'm getting here, I quickly upshift to third gear, you will still get decent acceleration whilst cutting out that wheel spin, and you can get a great exit off this corner. So revving it out a lot, you can rev this car out a lot. So but otherwise it's an easy car to drive. So for the Dunlop chicane, you can see braking pretty much neck and neck with the orange paint on the wall, on the barrier on the right hand side. So down the first gear for rotation, upshift to second gear just as you are turning into the apex. You can cut a lot of this apex here in second, and then just lift for the next part, hug the curbs. You want to hug the curbs as much as possible to minimize the line, minimize the racing line, therefore gaining a lot of lap time to this section. So again, flooring it when the car is straightened up here, out of third gear, and then braking just as the grass turns into turquoise asphalt, braking neck and neck over there, trying to hug. You want to hug the curbs here as much as possible, but be very careful of the throttle input. You can see half throttle and then full throttle when that's probably the only mistake I made there, is I ran on the less grippy part of the curb, so I had to lift more. But the ideal line is you want to keep more of the car on the track, that way you can floor it much earlier off the corner. So braking at the end of the curb over here, enter the curb. So you're aiming the car towards this curb. You want to cut this curb as much as possible over here. And be very careful with the throttle input again. So about 55-60% throttle input. When the car is straight, right now you floor it in second gear. And then the last braking point is pretty much when you're side by side with the Panasonic board. It's hard to see, but you can see the back of the Panasonic board from a mile, not a mile away, right? A little bit back. So braking, you want to place the car like almost in the middle of the track, pretty much where the quote-unquote racing line is. So downshift to first gear, let the car coast. You want the car to coast a lot, let the car rotate on its own, coasting. Then once the car's aiming towards the curbs, but don't cut the last corner curb. Just skim the curb, and then just keep the throttle input at half over here, and then just floor it out of the last corner over there. Just flooring it, and just revving the car a lot. And yeah, that is pretty much a lap of Fuji International Speedway in the Group 2 cars for this week's Daily Race C. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lap guide. I know it's 2 weeks in a row I'm doing a lap guide for the dailies, but the past 2 weeks the dailies have been actually pretty damn good. So actually the past 3 weeks the dailies have been pretty good. So yeah, leave a comment, leave a like guys, and hope you guys enjoyed the lap guide, and I'll leave you guys with the lap guide with a commentary. So you guys take care, have a great week, and good luck.